because the last slide I had ruined for some reason. It just decided, well, I'm unstable for whatever reason. It's like, well, your network connection is unstable. Hold on while we try to reconnect. I'm sorry to reconnected. But yeah, it was just like, I guess YouTube really didn't like me, table flipping on some flathead. We thought it'd be cute to the face say he's trying to cut it. Oh well, it's okay. No, YouTube, you're not at all biased, and you're not at all bigot. Not at all, love. Not at all. But anyway, so let me hit the thing that I was supposed to do. Get myself suited up. And I'm gonna be, hello cat, haven't seen you in a while. And I'm pretty much gonna just start off with having just tongue twister for myself. A poll from Seduction of Shadows to see what the collective overall message is going to be from the lovely Lilith. And I checked earlier, a little bit, like an hour or so ago. The deck is still waiting approval, so like, come on, dude, hurry up. Started college. What are you going to be majoring in, or what's your focus for your degree going to be? I would have gone to college, but no, I'm just, because if I had to go to college, it would have to be in this manner. First, after I graduate, go right over to the community college, get all the prereqs and get all the starting from there, instead of going to like a big university or whatever, because it's cheaper that way. Free health, and considering theater. If you could, I'll have to think about that one. Considering theater as in just like acting or playwright or like writing for theater or crap, I just haven't lost it. It'll come back. But anyway. So, what is the lovely message from Lois about what this collective message is going to be? And so far TikTok has not, had anything bad happen yet. A few things, yeah, but mostly I haven't facepalmed as much as I thought I would, and I haven't had as many people, go, oh, you can't do that, that's closed, at me. Really? Wow. That's kind of, to me, that's kind of pathetic. That's like, I already put in the work for this, so so pretty much you're just telling me it's invalid, the work that I've done, even this little, associate's degree is invalid? I need to need my loving opinion. Well, pre-health, that's pre-health, that's like developmental health, like children's health, something like that, or is it what is it precisely? Let me get this in the back. Because I'm getting blinded by it. I'm using it this. Okay, no, I gotta make first, but anyway. So, lovely Lil, tell us what is the collective message. Well, let me just put the cards back together. So, our collective focus, and yes, so sorry if I just blinded anyone, because I just blinded myself. More biological. Okay, so more like crap, like microbiology, something along those lines. So, our collective message is the card Bewitch. You probably can't see it because the screen is too bright. The message is Bewitch. A medical school. So, Bewitch. If the glare wasn't so freaking... Here, let me see if we can clear this. This is probably why. This piece of crap. Get out of here. Wait, can I turn this down? Oh. Wait. I'm just gonna press buttons and hope to God that, I hit the right button. Nope. Oh, there we go. Good. Hello, Fiona. Okay. Now I don't have this stupid blue glare, blocking me. The collective card is Bewitch. So this depiction, we actually have Lois being depicted as a mermaid, and to her left, right here, you can kind of see her face right there, and she's kind of like being all cutesy, just like, oh, you think you're gonna get lucky, huh? No, dude. And the shadow figure is like trying to like, here, I gotta get some light on this so you can see. It's like she is trying to like woozy woo her, the best part. And she is not really thrilled, but she's playing along with it just to, have this figure be more woozy woo and more close with her. So ultimately, the collective message for this reading is for this live stream, I guess, I'll put it that way, is that primarily whatever comes out, if you ask for a poll or whatnot, or whatever you're asking for, make sure that it's actually something that you can actually use to your advantage and actually have somebody become more favorable towards you. Or maybe you might need to allow yourself to be more woozy-wooed by something, but don't give it all away at once. Let them kind of, I can't believe I was going to say that. It's weird. Let them kind of suffer for it for a little bit. Have them chase after it like a fan. I can't believe I'm going to say that too. I'll just say it. Let them chase after you like a Justin Bieber fangirl to Justin Bieber himself. Just let them do it. Not a fangirl. Yeah, just let them get woozy-wooed, or whatever thing you're trying to do and you're having interest, just let it be woozy-wooed and fangirl after you. But don't give it away. So that's the collective message, at least. So then from there, I guess, we'll take it from there, whomever gets what. So let's put that to the side. I have with me, well, that one, 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. I have 5 decks I'm going to pull from. Yeah, Justin Bieber fangirl. Do those things still exist, or do they not exist anymore? I'm talking, yeah, but legitimately, I'm talking about Justin Bieber fangirl. Do they exist still? Because I haven't heard a thing about them. Last time I heard, oh, that's too dark. I don't think I should say that. Spread all my mind loss. The last time I heard about them, they were kind of like, taking pieces of steel to their skin. That's the last I heard of them. Yeah, that gets caught as really dark. Like, well, I mean, I'm not lying, but it insinuates something really bad. And I mean, to be completely honest, I never really understood why he's so woozy-woo about this blue crackhead. And every time when actually, I've never, it was like, whenever his songs come on, especially the one that he first landed, supposedly, I know you love me. I know I don't care. And I know you won't be there. Because I'm like, oh God, no. Oh God, stop. Please stop singing now. God, I could. As you can see, I kind of am not really fond of him. Flathead. Anyway, he's not little anymore, supposedly. Okay, love and first relationship. Let's see here. Let's go with. How about we go with, where'd it go? I'm looking. I see it. That is. Get over here. Ah. Even though I'm kind of cheating, but a care I do not have. I use the definitely not, but definitely not fantasy nasty deck. And that goes for you. Come on, guys. Erotic, definitely not erotic fantasy woozy terror. So let's see here. For Cat. And yes, this card does have imagery that's like, holy breasticles, Batman. Not like what? You haven't seen it before? Okay, come on now. Maybe give us something. X-ray. Well, I mean, the thing is, whatever you want to go towards, you should go towards it. And nobody else has to like it. Only the person that needs to like it is you. Just say. If somebody comes in all like, well, I don't like it if you're gonna go for that. Well, my life, I make the choice. If I don't like it, well, that's not my problem. More people. No. Yeah. Hello, Elise. Let's see here. So about Cat, I'm existing. That's the best way I can put it. Usually, I say existing because that's my way of saying, yeah, I'm neutral. I'm not happy. Not sad. I'm just meh, existing. So, let's see here. Current position for Cat. We have the Eight of Blades. Currently, you're in a calm state and thinking, okay, I want to take this blindfold off. I know that there's something around me, I just can't see it. So possibly, when it comes to like the lovey woozy boo part, you might be feeling like you're tight, but at the same time, you know there's something around here. I know there's something around here. I know that there's something around here. I know somebody's here. One at a time. Yep, one at a time. And I'm gonna need somebody to, keep Q in check. So currently, you're aware that there's something around you, or maybe you might have a figure, or there might be some potentials. And I mean, having eye candy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having eye candy, even going towards a piece of eye candy for temporary. Nothing wrong with it. But you know that there's something around, but you just can't. You feel like you don't have the means to get it, but you know it's there, and you don't know how to properly proceed. Okay, fine. Really? Okay, this doesn't make no sense. What you should do to change the situation, or what you're going to be encountering for the situation. Oh, well, there's the kick in the bucket card. So that's going to kick the bucket. What's it going to turn into then? It's going to turn into, oh god. It's going to turn into a he who fought. Look at me. Notice me. I am a sex guru. Notice me. So, awkward. But anyway, so really, the situation of you being tied down and not being able to see is going to be turned into actually this. This is going to sound so odd, but we're going to go with it. You may not put yourself all the way out there, and you may kind of be putting on a persona that doesn't give all of yourself away, but you do kind of make it known that, hey, listen, I'm really high standards. I have high morals. I have high ethics, and I hold myself to a high regard. So if I'm going out with you, you have to understand that I'm not going to be taking this as a cutesy woozy woo. Now I'm wanting something serious. And if you think you're going to get lucky, you think like, well, maybe if I just do some things for a short period of time and get lucky with her, maybe I'll get what I want. No, that's not going to work. So going from being blinded to making it known that, hey, you better not waste my time, old-fashioned, and don't even think that, it's okay to just try and be like, well, if I really don't want to stick around and I just want to have something, help to get gripped. That's not going to work. That's what essentially what it's going to be transforming into after when death touches it, which kind of technically is now. Oh, there we go. Yep. Well, I mean, again, well, all at the same time, the Hierophant card is, at least for me, it's so subjective. It's so unique to read because it's like, what deck am I using? What's around it? What's it doing? Because in this case, well, since you're going from a place of like, I know there's something out there, I just can't see it or move towards it. Having to kick the bucket to become that, it's like, well, I know that there's something out there and I have potential. I'm not going to give my whole self away because, you know, the really awkward crown face thing on his head. Still kind of blinding it, but still making it be like, listen, old fashioned, don't waste my time. If you do, well, sucks to be you because I'm going to be long gone. So, so then, let's see here. Give me 3 examples and give me 2 cards for each one. 3 examples of potentials. So the first one, first 2. Okay, play that one. Oh, okay. There's the first one. Oh, okay. There's the second one. Dang, that is a big stick. Nope. Hey, you know what? We're all ladies here, kind of. Just go with it. Well. Oh, boy. Well, okay then. Eesh. The last one. Okay then, so you had 3 potential options that are going to come towards you. So here is your 3 potentials. So, do you want me to start with the one that is the most hysterical, or the one that has probably the most likelihood to come about? The one that's the most funny, the one that's in the middle, or the one that's just like, well, dang, that's good. I'll just put the last one I flip. So, option number 3, the third one that came out. You have the 6 of Pentacles, and I don't think I need to explain that depiction. The men are kissing your feet, and then the Ace of Blades. So, third option. You're probably going to be encountering. You're probably going to be encountering somebody who is going to be willing, completely willing, to pretty much be like a stepping stone to help you get to where you want to be. Actually support your in your endeavors. In fact, they'll also help you get the clarity that you need, but they're also using this blade. They're going to teach you how to use your words and format them in a way that actually helps you cut through BS and unnecessary stuff. But the thing is, they know that whatever they give you, they have to understand that if they make a big whoops with it, you won't hesitate to use the same thing against them. So they teach you how to actually, like, say, stand up for yourself and push back. Or they give you, like, certain words or, like, certain phrases or just certain techniques to help you see clearly. They know that they'll get hit by that same thing that they're teaching you at the same time. Because since you know, well, do I need to explain that? The 2 men are kissing her feet. And she's even wearing a veil. So probably most likely, the individual that comes through for the third one is going to be really subservient and really, really willing, and even kiss the ground and your feet, and not be of any kind of opposition. Yep. But careful with that thing in between your legs, dude. That it might explode, and you might have your snake in between your legs explode with it. What a hot, bloody mess that'll be. Hope the tires fall off mid-drive. Okay, there's that one. Then the second option. Now this one is lagging. Like, is my live lagging? I hope not, because if it's lagging, I'm gonna be so table flippy. Here. Yeah, right. I'm still here. Option number 2. The 9 Yeah. Oh. But anyway, as I was saying. So, option number 2, we have the 9 of blades, and then the page of sticks. So, option number 2. Well, the second option may be one who is very woe is me, and kind of trying to use that to entice you towards them. And they also, I mean, the only good thing that I'm getting from the second option as well, I mean, heck, they're packing. That's all I'm really getting out of this. But the second option is going to have a lot of emotional trauma, and they can't get over it, and they're trying to use that to kind of entice you towards them and make them feel sad for you. Well, I mean, if that's the one that's just like the eye candy, well, I mean, heck, make use of it. If it's packing and if it's good looking candy, well, have at it. But that one's not one you want to stick with. And then last but not least, the first one that came out, the one that was like, oh, okay, we have Page of Solo Cups. She's getting used by a fish, and then we have a My Little Pony riding knight with a stick. So we have wet and earthy and hot and windy. We have fire and air, and we have water and earth. Look at that, all 4 elements together like that. So the other one, it's going to be somewhat balanced, but the elements are going to be it's going to be kind of more immaturish and more cutesy playful, but it's not on the level of the maturity as, like, say if I was going to be dating someone who's 10 years older than me, 5 years older than me, the sense of maturity is going to be a bit different, because the option 1 is going to be way more youthful, or way more cutesy, and way more, youthful. But all the elements are there, so it'll be balanced out with them. It's just they're going to try and be cutesy, woozy, wooey, but also move very quickly and loud. So let's see. Give me 2 more to show what is the things Cat needs to know with all of them. What's the 2 things she needs to know? First one, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, have a different way of depicting that. Oh, so the best course of action and advice that I can give is, first, keep doing the work that you are doing. Don't turn your back on that. But also, not let yourself get disturbed by anything else that you're working on. Like, don't let hanky panky and spanky distract you from what you were building towards. And be willing to defend it too, because the way she's having her arm cover it and prevent it from being affected. The 8 of Pentacles, and then with the big Ace of Sticks, and if you notice this depiction, we have a big kablooey going on back there, and this big stick has a skull on top of it. So the best advice to going forward with this, don't be afraid to also protect your work, but also don't be afraid to let potentials know that, hey, the last one, yeah, his head is on this stick, or even just saying that, look, the last one, this is what happened with the last one. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying because, this is just what happened when you have somebody stupid. So don't be like the guy that, who lost his head and now it's on a stick forever. Don't be that guy. Use it as like an intimidation tactic. So keep doing what you're doing, but also brandish that, hey, this guy on a stick, yeah, don't be like him. And the options again. Option number 2 is going to be using their emotional, oh, woe is me, to make you feel sorry, to woozy you in. That might be good eye candy. The second one is going to be really subservient. Heck, might even allow you to use them as a stepping stool to give you the clarity and being able to think clearly and moving ahead and plan practically. But the first one is the most balanced, but still a bit immature and a little bit woozy and cutesy, but it's balanced. So, at least that's what I get. That's the bottom of the deck. Well, bottom of the deck, Magician. So you actually are in full control of this. So again, you have the elements helping you. You have existence helping you. You pretty much just gotta use what you got and throw it in the right way. But again, I would stay away from number two because, well, number two is good for like a pickup call because that's pretty much it. Number three will help you get to places you want to go, and number one will be the most balanced, but kind of a little bit, immature. So, that's what I get. Just yeah, I definitely would just have number two as a pickup call. Number three to help you get to places and learn things better. And the first one is going to be the most balanced, but still, it's kind of needs to grow up a little bit. But I mean, everything does have its gains. But at least that's what I get. So. And you having the magician at the bottom of the deck too kind of shows that, well, you're in full control, but you have the elements on your side and all that. Okay, so anyway. At least that's what I get, Cap. Oh, this shirt's gonna be so stupid. Oh. Be like number three, be like, oh, Stetson, let me step on your head so I can get to this Ace of Swords real quick. Yes, lady, and while you're down there, kiss my foot. Okay, my lady. Yep. Speaking of that, I kind of jumped on me like home. And some people think that how can you hate the feel of fabric? Listen, kid, if you would have something rough on your skin, you would go nuts too. Ah! Let's see here. All the way back to the Hobbit. Now we after again the vaccine. Well, there it is. That. Yeah, this one is actually more smooth and is actually comfortable. The other one was too rough. Way too rough. Like, oh wow, I wanted my skin to be scratched. Well, there we go. Okay, regarding let's see what we got. We'll do that. We'll do the finals again. Let's see what we get. Come on, get in there. Oh, son of a vulgar. Get in there! Gosh, sounding like Zarya from Overwatch. In Russia, gun shoot you. I kind of wish, they would also change Zarya to like Ukraine instead. But that's just me. So let's see here. We will go start with. I'll have. Well, we got one there. One there. Well, Gonna have to knock it out of my hand. That's kind of a little rude. Rude. So, about that. Okay. And that's a bit of an odd combination. I will go with it. Okie dokie, so here is what I got. So overall, we have the moon. So currently, the best way of even having contact is by means of doing like you're pretty much doing something like telepathy, sending telepathic messages. That would be the best way, because the moon is actually all about the senses being pretty much put to the back and pretty much having it be about the subconscious. So if you have contact, the best way would be to do something regarding, like, say, doing symbol work, making symbols, and having them become exposed to them to actually get them imprinted into the subconscious, or doing telepathic messages, which is not really that difficult to do, but it takes some practice. And that's the overall standing. But also because since this depiction actually has a man running away for his life, running far, far away from a bunch of toady fangirls behind him, trying to run back to town, this could actually show that possibly maybe the person in question is also running away from something that's actually trying really hard to get a hold of him. So this could be other interests or other priorities trying to get his attention, and he does not want to go anywhere near them. So for as between the two of you and as a unit, I have you as the Page of Sticks with the Three of Blades. This is not, and this tarot is not really the same as the Rhetoric Smith, so this Three of Blades is going to be different from this one. How am I this wonderful day? Hot. In 3 days and I'm 30. Don't remind me. While we have for the person in question, we have an idiot and the Four of Pentacles. So, depiction, we have a figure underneath the light in a straight jacket, and all these faces looking at him like, we see you, and he's not even flinching. And then the next one over, we have a corpse holding a book. So, the way he stands currently is kind of in a position being really stubborn and not really acknowledging anything, and kind of holding something deep to him that he cannot let go of. This could be a past whoopsie whoops. This could be something about his thinking that he will not let go of for whatever reason, and he'll take it to the grave. He's literally binding himself, and he will not let go of this, whatever this book is. So it could be a way of teaching, it could be a way of thinking, it could be a philosophical viewpoint. It could even be like a short part of his life that he just won't get over and come to terms with it. Well, on your side, having the Page of Wands, it shows that you do want to have an eager message between the two of you and have the interactions, but still at the same time, you may have also tried to employ some kind of workings regarding spirits to actually go and plant messages in his head to come towards you. Nothing wrong with that, it is what it is. Or have some kind of medium to get messages to him to get contact without directly doing it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. This is guilty too. But still, at the same time, when you attempt these, they may not be as you'd like because sometimes nothing happens. And you kind of are getting a feeling of like, nah, this isn't going to do anything. Why am I trying for this? Nothing. So there is this lack, because of their lack of being in any movement, you're kind of like not really, it's like you're not impressed with it, and you're kind of a little bit like, alright, whatever you guys do, okay, I bet you guys will get him back this way. But as for the mutal energy, we have the Four of Blades with the King of... Can you please stop making your vehicle make raspberry noises? It's not cute, and it's kind of concerning that you want people to look at you for a raspberry maker. The mutal energy is the Four of Blades with the King of Sticks, so... The mutal energy shows that together there's this state of solitude and recovery for both. But deep down, there's a lot of warmth and a lot of well, because you got flaming and double flaming with the king and the sticks. So really, there is a lot of dharmic being paid off with this, because this might be the best thing to do. But for the current standing, there is this needing to be at peace with the self and rejuvenate between you two in order for that to come through. But if you do want to have any kind of communication, the best, again, is telepathic. It's the telepathic way. So planting messages in his head, that's the best way to do it. And the Four of Swords having one figure looking out into the clouds. This can also show that maybe you might consider doing something to distract the thoughts, but also having them become more useful, and mainly focusing on the thoughts that you're having in your head to help combat the situation. That would be best. How to put a message telepathically? It's actually very simple, because pretty much what you do, you take an image of the person, and then what you do is you have the thoughts go into your head. You have the thoughts in your head. You start saying them over and over again, what you want to tell them. And as you're saying it over and over again, you take the picture, repeating the thoughts in your head over and over. Yes, they are. And as soon as you're saying the message over and over in your head, you take a big, deep breath in, keep saying the message, and as soon as you take the deepest breath you can, as you blow out the thought that you're repeating in your head, as you're blowing it out, it starts going away onto the picture. That's a practical way of doing telepathy, and that's kind of the 3D part of it. While there's some ways where if you want to be really fancy, you can take an image of the person, have the thought in hand. There's that way. But that way you have to take a lot of focus, and you have to be in a state where you're not being disturbed, because the slightest sound can get you off kilter. Hello, Mika. Finally glad to see you. Where is she? Fiona. Fiona's next. Okay. So Fiona, what is your question? And of course, if paid readings, like if you were to like do a super chat and all that, would be also greatly appreciated, but it's not necessary. But if I give you one, you have to give a super chat if you want another one. Everybody gets a freebie, but then after that, everybody has to throw something at me. Hello, Angela. So lovely to see you. Okay, so okay, Fiona, where's Fiona? Fiona's still here. Okay, so what's your question, Fiona? Or what would you like me to look into? And after Fiona, I can get something back. Let me double check. Okay, then after Fiona's Mika. Okay, got it. The deck I'm using, I'm using the deck. I'm using just whichever deck pulls to me. Move to another country if I can land the job. Okay. Let me just grease myself up with gardenia, rose, and jasmine real quick. Grease myself. I like that TV show, by the way. No, not a TV show. It was a movie. God. Come on, kid. I'm not that dumb. I'm gonna give you definitely not jasmine in the bottle. Okay, give me the... Oh! Hand me... Where'd it go? I just saw it, now it's gone. Up there it is. There we go. Give me the definitely Grand Lux. Okay, so... Grease my definitely not kid youthful face. Grease. Crochet. Okay, so... About Fiona relocating to a country so that way she can do her dream, forced labor, like working labor. Forced, that's what I call it, forced labor. Come on. The only thing I don't like about this deck is that, look, in comparison to my hand, like, that is huge. And before somebody says, wow, you got little baby hands, well, I'll tell you this much. You know what they say about little hands? They move very fast. They move very fast. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not going to go with the other route that I was going to go. I kind of stopped myself like, kid, don't. So let's see, about Fiona's relocation to a country, to an existing land, to a profession. Get these three out of the way so that I'm going to quit plopping over there. So overall, about the relocation to workplace. Well, currently we have this. Not really being like, woe is me, but being like, well, I see that I have potential elsewhere. I could be so nourished with that. I know I can get there somehow, somewhere. It's kind of like the set, like this card, the way that it looks, it kind of looks like one of those sad points in the musical where the guy, like the main characters are like, I believe I have hope to find a way to get to the cup. Somehow, someway, I'll have the red solo cup. In a land distant far away, the sweetest mead ever be. I will vow the day to have the mead of the red solo cup. Yeah, because because the backing is actually what's that called? A Harley Quinn jester kind of a thing. So overall, currently where you stand, there's some great nourishing potential far, far away. It's just that you're kind of like a little bit how did I get there? Because you already have the three needed things to get there, but now you're kind of figuring out the pathway to get to that. So let's see. Let's put three behind you as your best supporting motivating forces. Okay, we have one. Okay, there's two. Some people would probably look at that and be like, how is that a supporting thing? It's like, doing nothing while the other one's moving. Okay, so here we go. The 3 cards that are actually supporting you to getting the solo stuff. What's backing you up? So we'll take it from the tip of the top. The first one to pop out is the Knight of Shiny Objects that are used for currency. This depiction we have a man who looks like he came from the tribes of the Norsemen, and he's holding a big shiny coin. And in this depiction too, his steed of choice is a bear. Dang, don't make him mad. So there might be a figure that is very reliable, but very slow, but oh boy, he or she, it could be either one, definitely is able to move and, get things out of the way. Being like a really supportive force to help get you to that location. Or the best course of action is to actually go about in a way that's slow, but also make it known that, hey, you're not going to take me off this thing. I'm going to get to this somehow. Slow and steady, but precise. I ain't going to miss a step. Yep. we tamed the bear and like, you may have eaten my little pony, but listen here, you big fluff. Hey, do you have any picnic baskets? Shut up. Oh, how could you hit me like that? Yogi. No, Yogi. You ate his horse, so I think you better ask him what could be done to remedy the situation. Hey, night guy. What do you want, you stupid bear? No, I'm not gonna ask you for a picnic basket. What do you want? Say, I wanted to show how sorry I am for eating your pony thing. And what if I was to actually become your pony instead? Have you gone mad? So, the best course of action, or like one of the best things that's going to support you, is to go very slow and steady and precise, or have somebody help you get there, but be like on the ground, slow and steady, but make sure everything is checked off correctly. Like have the finances in check, or actually have somebody be like a advisor and helping you get things moved, or even help you move things to this place easier, slower, and steady. Hello, Rada. Hello, Rada. I am good. And then the next card to come out is the Two of Blades. This depiction. Now you might be thinking like, oh, well, great. So I got to be slow and steady and practical, but now I'm being blindfolded. Great. No, not this depiction. This depiction is actually also instead saying this. Be able to see beyond the veil, meaning use your ability or kind of think ahead on that's potentially may happen and see things beyond what the everyday person can see that's in front of them. See what the others cannot see, meaning think ahead, plan ahead, but also think of situations that can come up from it. So think all the good ways, all the bad ways, what can possibly happen. Get everything put into a game plan and action plan. So that way when something does happen, you have the means to. And if it doesn't happen, well, you were prepared. So it's better to be prepared than not prepared, but like crap. Well, we're sinking like the Titanic, but I didn't think about getting oars because I never thought we'd be getting a tropical when you'd be hitting an iceberg in the Caribbean. Never thought an iceberg would appear. Never thought of bringing lifeboats. But still, thinking and planning ahead, it's better to have it be there when you don't need it. Even if it might cost you more, but having the extra preparation will be also another thing that's going to help you. But don't let it get overkill. Just like, what if the tire pops? We need a spare tire. Okay. But what if we don't have an air pump? We need another air pump. Yeah, don't get that specific, but just enough that you can have an answer to something in case a whoopsie happens. And then the last and final thing to back you up. Now this one you might be thinking like, oh great. The five of this one, that makes me so upset. The Five of Pentacles. Now here. Of course, you might be thinking that, well, this is usually a card being like out in the cold and like, no, I have nothing. Great, I'm gonna freeze to death with this twathead who's running off and I'm here crippled. No. This depiction actually has a hand reaching out and coins are falling into it. And these coins are actually falling into your hand. So backing you up actually will be people that are actually going to be giving you some kind of support or something that's going to help you go from point A to point B, or provide you some sort of value in getting to the solo cup over yonder. And also each one of these things are actually facing forward, so it's pretty much being able to focus intently on the thing at hand, while the one with the 4 cups is actually looking forward. And this one's actually reaching out forward too. So give me now. Let's just keep it up. Give me 3 potential whoopsies that can happen to get to this cup then. Let's go like this. 3 potential whoopsies. We get first one, 8 of twigs. You might move too fast, and it's funny because the first card that comes out is the polar opposite. Slow and steady, Hong Kong Fooey. Okay, so don't go too fast. Next one, 9 of cups. Don't get blinded by something that's like, oh, this is going to be so great, and I'm going to be so overjoyed, and all this stuff. Don't get blinded by it. Worry about getting there first, and then be all woozy, happy. Because happiness can blind you. It can take you out of that state of like, oh, okay. Well, I already know it's going to be better for me, so I'm going to be happy either way. Well, don't get over intoxicated and over fulfilled, and also do not get intoxicated while trying to get there. Don't know why that came up, just not and go with it. And the last one. This couple don't like this one. Don't be afraid to ask for help to getting you there. Don't be thinking that you're Mr. Knight of the Round Table, like, oh, look at me. Oh, you guys are going to take me? Well, I'm a knight with a stick. Come on. You're never going to take me. I don't need you guys' help anyway. No. Don't be afraid to ask for help for getting you to that solo cup. Don't be afraid. You can grab the stick, and if you need help, just say, yo, give me a hand with this castle place. Help me build it. And don't take my stick. And then look at that. And once you make it, there's what you get. Not only do you get 1 cup, you get a total of 7 and a magical woozy rainbow. Now here's the thing, like a lot of people would be like, 7 cups, that's a malefic negative card. No, it's not. Just here's the thing. You have an envision of a solo cup, you know exactly where it is, where to go for it. But the thing is, you don't know how to get there. But when you get there, you realize, oh, look at that, I actually have 6 more. And the rainbow in this fantasy woozy land. Paradiso. When you get there. Just don't go too fast, don't get woozy intoxicated and oh, I'll make it there. No. See on the 3D and think ahead. But also don't be afraid to ask for help. So really, it looks fine to me, just take your time and be very careful. And I mean and I mean all I can say is, well, that's just what the card says to me. I'm just saying for what it says. Okay, so next I think is Mika? Yeah, Mika, I think. Let me scroll back up. Mika. I'm gonna try not to pop you in the eye when I'm trying to scroll. Next is, yep, Mika. Get some insight into the future of my relationship with Higante. Also, best there. Higante, oh boy. Actually, Higante was the first good divine that I actually worked with. And actually, the tattoo on my lower back is actually dedicated to him and her, and both her. Him and also Saket, as a part of the pact agreement. I had to do something to always remember them by, and that was it. So this one I'm going to go about it in a way that's a bit different. So first I'm going to grab Higante's card from the Goetic Trail in Darkness. So let me find his card real quick. And I know his placement, astrological placement, is Mercury in Scorpio, I believe. I think, based on his deck. So let me scroll. Hello, Lucifer. So nice to see you. I'm looking at the calendar. Hello, Tyndale. Sincere. August. I love August. There he is. Oh, that's a Higante. So there's Higante. So we'll go with that. And then let's go with a... Okay. Seduction of Shadows is the deck that's pulling me to use. So for Higante. Well, Higante does have association with, changing one thing to another, the alchemical process. But that's more of a Sagittarius thing. But I mean, Mercury medicine, in order to do proper medicine, you do have to practice alchemy too, so I can see that. And by the way, he also does have the staff of Aphilius right there. So, I could see that. And also, Scorpio is also the sign that's surgeries and medical procedures that actually involves cutting and, surgical things. So let's see here. Seduction of Shadows. Let's see what Mika can do to better enhance between her and Higante. Let's see here. Give me a total of 3. And a 1. Dominance. Well, of course you might be thinking that, so you mean to tell me you want me to be dominated by Higante? No. In this case, put it this way. Dominance doesn't have to be like, daddy kind of woozy play. Instead, the way this is depicted, actually take in what Higante teaches you and actually incorporate it into a much... there you go. Oh, there you go. So, what they call. So, if that's the case, well, I guess that says everything. And the way this is depicted too, it kind of looks... I don't know. Are you familiar with like League of Legends, or even Van Helsing? Mainly like League of Legends, because the way that I made this art, it kind of looks like Vayne from League of Legends. In a way, like there's the glasses on the face, then there's the armor, but a little bit more suggestive. But I mean, it's like, I smell black magics. Yeah. That I remember. So, and he was also the one who taught me the foundations of like the alchemical process, taking A to B then into Z, then back to B, then to the F, and then the D. Okay, that was random. I'm gonna go then. So there's one. More dominance. Okay. More dominance with some more. Well, that got a little bit gonna get a little bit suggestive, but more dominance with a lot more seduction. So in this depiction, we have a lovely Lilith using the shroud to allure someone to become pretty much possessed, like blinded by it, into wanting to pursue. So definitely being more in line with using seducing tactics and mess with the mind more. And you usually use that to your advantage. Because real seduction is actually going into the target's mind, woozy-wooing it, and having them be like, wait, did she mean this? No, wait, maybe she meant that. I don't know what she meant. Hey, dude. Oh, it's you. Yeah? Why? What's wrong? Oh, I was just thinking about you. Okay, and? Are you mad at me? Why would I be? You didn't do anything. I just know when you're mad at me. Ah, silly man. What'd you say? Oh, nothing. Something like that. Like more willing to kind of tease a bit more and have them overthink things, or whomever you're trying to, like you're trying to gain more from people, be more shrouded and more using seduction and having them actually be more willing to be like, yep, I'm more willing to be having more dominance be put on me, and I'm more willing to have my head be messed with. Yeah. So mainly have using the dominance in a way that's affecting seduction so far. I can only imagine what's going to come out next. I can only imagine what's going to come out next. Come on. There we go. The heck? I mean, the thing is, like, at least with Lilith too, when you do seduction, and if you even use it against Lilith properly, that actually can be impressive for you. Real seduction, not like, oh, look at me in this really odd, unique, exotic outfit, and look how woozy-woozy I am with it now. More like mind-provoking. So let's see, the last one to come out. Okay, we're all ladies here, so let's go with it. The last one to come out is the card Animalist. Yep, in the depiction you can see Lilith turning into a fox. Becoming kind of like I think it's a QB, or a Kitsune. Yep. Or you can even also say Naji from Chinese mythology, if you want to go that way. So, definitely don't be afraid to let the animal side of you, don't be afraid to let the primal side come out, and, they will fear the wild, even its mating season. So to better the connection, don't be afraid to let the 3D primal animal side and letting yourself go become more apparent. But also make sure to not neglect the seduction part of it, the toying with the mind. And definitely, of course, like what even Hagante said before he was able to describe this card, be more in control and more like, I'm saying how this is going to go. Nope. You're going to go like this in the working. Oh boy. So for the last three that I just pulled, three things that you need to be aware of. Be very aware of these three. So let's see if we can put these in order. Number one. You may want you to be able to spellbind something. And to spellbind something is to have something become completely stuck on something. Like fixated on. But also, before you even have it be fixated, you have it shrouded. Meaning, be more secretive and more, I don't want to say subtle, but more, you know, like how there's some people that are like, yeah, I did this spell. Don't even mention it. Keep it veiled. So, any kind of workings alongside Agante, he actually may be wanting to give you more pointers on how to spellbind and lock something to you, or vice versa. Have you be able to be spellbound to something that might help you, or spellbind you to, but since again Mercury is a planet that's able to cure any disease, being spellbound to your health being at its best. But at the same time, last card to come out is Entrapment. This depiction they have Lilith being depicted as a Harley Quinn, kind of, yeah, definitely not Harley Quinn with two blades. And the way that she's depicted right here, I don't know if you can see her face, she's kind of like grinning and like a, gotcha. So, he also might be able to help you spellbind something, keep it hidden, and being able to help you entrap something that needs to be trapped. Like, for example, if you need to get somebody's attention and, have them be stuck in it, and keep them stuck in it, maybe that might be the thing he wants you to learn next. But to better the connection, become more dominant, and use more of the seduction for the mind between you two. And don't be afraid to let your animalistic side and playful side come in, because you know how foxes play. They're really cutesy, really playful, and they do that. I'm sorry, I just love when they do that. Face first into like the snow. I'm sorry, I just love it. They just go. But at least that's what I get. I'm gonna end the live stream here real quick because I have a call coming in, and I'll be right back. So, just